Hello, my friends. Before we start today's video, I just want to give you a glimpse into a few paintings that I have that are for sale. I will be putting them in Etsy tonight. This one has a coat of resin on it. It is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. There is a video for this. I'll link it at the end of this video. You'll see a box pop up and you can click on the box. It'll take you right to the video in case you missed it. But she is beautiful. So that is the first one. Then I have two jewelry boxes. This is the top two one. Jewelry / trinket boxes. Look at those interference. They're just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So that is that one. And then we have this one. Now the wood I leave alone until the new owner tells me if they want it stained or if they want to leave it alone. But this is the next one. Again, interferences, all of them were used. Simply stunning. And then I have two others I want to just show you quickly. This is an 8x16, I believe, also with the interference powders. Now, I am in my room, so I can't move the camera the same way I was in the kitchen, but those white areas just light up like crazy. There's purples, blues, greens, violets, red. Very, very pretty. Very, very beautiful painting. And last, but definitely not least, this is 6x12 on cradle wood. See that blue? See that gold and the green and the red and the violet? I used no blue paint, green paint, gold paint, violet. It's just the interference powders working. I literally used this pink paint in this video with the 5 interference colors, and just look at them. Are absolutely stunning. So there is that one. So let's start today's video. Today what I'm working on is pretty unique. I want to thank Leslie for sending me some wood rounds. They are absolutely gorgeous. And this one here is really, really unique. And this is why. It is a beautiful slice of, I believe, birch wood. It has the bark around the edge, which I have protected with that fabulous new tape that I found. And it has mini legs, so it's actually a little tiny table. It is the cutest thing. I cannot wait for it to be done with the legs on and resin so you guys can see it. But it's just so cute, and I'm going to do some work on the top of it. I have a really unique color palette today. So I'm going to be using all of the interference colors from Colourarte, the Bling It line. You can see the link to the interference colors down in the description with a 20% off coupon, no minimum order. I'm also going to be using some of the primary elements, okay? Also by Colourarte. And those are Passion, Royal Orchid, Ruby Red, Sunset Glow, and Coral Berry. And I'm going to show you those really quick because they are fantastic colors. They're gorgeous. So this is the Sunset Glow. And I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, but these are like color shifting paints. So This is the Sunset Glow, so it's a orangey violet color. Okay, then this is Passion, which is absolutely gorgeous. So it's like a violet with a shift of blue maybe in it, or I can't tell if it's a blue or a violet shift, but absolutely gorgeous. Then this is the Ruby Slippers. Nice ruby color. And this is Coralberry, which is a coral with a violet shift to it. So we have those are the primary elements. I told you about the interference colors. And then for some matte colors, I'm using fluorescent pink, dioxazine purple, naphthol red. These are all by Golden. And then I have one Holbein paint, which is copper. Okay. Black cell activator. Here is how I have the wood. It's totally taped here and ready to go. I have the side bark protected, and I'm using that sharp line tape that I get off Amazon, and it leaves a nice crisp line around the whole edge. Okay, you just got to make sure it's pressed down really good. So we have that there. I think I'm going to design it this way. And I think we are ready to go. Before I start though, these little plastic cups I use, people always, worry about plastic in the environment. I do reuse these. Do you see how I have the stick up against the side here? When they're empty, I lay it like that, and then I let it dry up, and then voila, pick the rest out, and you're ready to reuse them. Okay, so I do reuse my plastic cups. And yada, yada, yada. Let's get started. So here is my white, which is just the Walmart's brand. Their brand is Colorplace, it's called. And it's pretty thick, okay? So this is a question I get a lot. Pillow paint. Should I thin it? Should I not? Well, if you look at my colors, here's a teaching moment. If you look at my colors, and I always mix up my colors first, and I always try to use the same fluidity of paint, because when I'm using a powder like Primary Elements, it doesn't add much body to the paint. So now if I go and use a Liquitex brand paint for my red instead of the fluid Golden, that color is going to be darker or be thicker. So I'm going to have to add water to thin it down. I don't like to add water. I want to keep it as least amount of ingredients as I can. So what I do is I'll use a fluid type paint like the Golden when I'm using powders like Primary Element. But now I've mixed up all my colors, and they are running right off the stick. They leave a little mound, but this white paint is a lot thicker. It's running off the stick, but the mound is a lot higher. You can see that it takes longer for it to disappear. So what I do is I will pour a little bit of white paint into a separate cup, like however much I need. Using the house paints can be a pain because they're in that big can. So what I do when I get it is I separate it into cups that I save from. Obviously, this time Dunkin' Donuts, but I'll save it in those because it's just a lot easier than opening that big can every time. And then I use a rubber glove to put over the top of that cup. So now I put some paint in there, and I'm going to add a little tiny bit of water. I'm going to show you exactly how much. I would say there's approximately 4 ounces of paint in there. And I just added approximately a teaspoon of water. And that little tiny bit of water is going to make the world of difference. You're going to feel it loosen up. It's going to start stirring a lot easier. And what that's going to do is A, it's going to get it to the same consistency as where your paints are. And B, it's going to help prevent cracking because it's not going to be so thick. Now you're still going to have to tilt off. There's two reasons why paint cracks. Either it's too thick or you haven't tilted enough off. Okay, so that is a lot better, but I'm going to put a little tiny 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll say 7 drops of water. You'll notice a lot of the times the cracking is in the center of your painting. And that's what it is. You're not tilting enough off, or it's too thick, or both. Okay? So now that's a lot better. So just that little bit helps. With this here, I'm going to do 3 blooms, but because I have so many colors, I'm going to do little small amounts of each color because you don't want the bloom puddle to be bigger than we'll say a quarter in this instance on this piece of wood, which is approximately 8 inches. Okay. Now I do not leave my paint, my white paint in a mound and tilt it around, blow it out and tilt it around. I actually just cover the whole thing. Or I should say most of it, 90% of it. If it goes over the edge, I won't be mad. Okay. So there we go. And then I will torch really quick to get rid of some of those bubbles, but you have to be quick because it is house paint and it will burn faster than acrylic paint. When you add water, you're going to get a lot of bubbles. So you can either do it the night before, let it sit so they pop, a bunch of them pop on their own, or you can go at it with a toothpick or a torch. All right, so the most important thing for me right now is to figure out the placement of my colors. We need those interference colors on top of opaque colors because those are, they need something darker underneath for you to be able to see them. So I'm thinking I'm going to start with my purple, no, my red. And I know this is an odd color combo, but I think it's going to work. A great place to get ideas for color combos would be Pinterest. If you go on there and you search color palettes or unique color palettes, you will find a ton. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down my ruby slippers. I'm going to try to control it to a little drop, but it's harder than it looks. And try not to drip like I just did. Because that'll be a pain to tilt off. So we got the ruby slippers. Now I'm going to come in with interference blue. And I'm going to just do one puddle for now and pause you guys and do the other two because this is going to take forever. This is interference violet. Then I'm going to come in with the sunset or the coral berry, I believe this is. Yeah, this is. Nope, this is a Sunset Glow. Coral Berry. Passion. That is a gorgeous color. Dioxazine Purple next. Then I'm going to use up the rest of my interference colors because I want them to be somewhere in the center of my puddle as far as how I pile them up. So that's the gold. This is green. And this is red. My puddle's already bigger than a quarter. It's a $50 now. So just got to be careful how much I put on there. So next I have the copper I'm going to go in with. Then I have my hot pink, fluorescent pink. And I think that's all of them. And then I'll put the black cell activator on. But first I have to do my other two puddles. So I'm going to pause you and I'll be right back. All right, so my puddles are all down. I'm ready to put the cell activator on and give it a good old blow. So when you're blowing the paint, you want to slowly aim your breath into the center. Aim your breath to the center and blow lightly to see where your air path is going. Let me just put the cell activator in, which is American Floetrol and black, carbon black paint from Golden. Okay, so you want to blow lightly to see where your breath is, and then you want to blow the black over the colors. Like so. Okay. Turn it around. Don't blow it so hard that it goes flying off the piece of wood, though. Well, I guess it was time for a shower anyway. And when it comes to the tight spots, don't try getting in there and twisting your body around. Just get something to blow it for you. Either an airbrush, a turkey baster. Those work awesome for those tight little spots. Now, after you blow into something like that, or a straw, your spit or condensation, whatever it is, will build up in there. So just be cautious because you don't want to start spitting all over your painting. Right? So this one here, can go that way. And we could turn it Okay. And then you're going to sit and wait for your colors to come up, back up, the paint to come up. Something like this type of wood, it doesn't take very long. A tile will take longer. So now I'm just going to go around the edge with my finger and make sure the paint is able to flow over nicely without struggling, because if it doesn't, if it gets caught up on the wood and you go to tilt, the design will roll over on itself and mess it up on you. So just help it a little bit. Okay. There we go. And now we can tilt. So I had this little part here where I blew too hard. So I'm going to start that way and try to get rid of that nice and slowly. I do not want to lose these areas. Boy, they are just gorgeous. But there's a lot of paint on there, so something's got to go. Kind of stinks when it's all pretty. This is going to be a gorgeous little table. Once that resin goes on too, wow, what a difference. I use KS resin. I love it. Let me tell you, I just got a 2-gallon kit for $110, I think it was, between $110 and $120. Free shipping. You gotta, use a coupon, or I have a code for them too. I just love this stuff. I absolutely love it. I ordered it on Monday. It was here by Wednesday. Now, the only thing with them is they only sell in the United States. So if you're not in the United States, I apologize. This is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. There we go. I had to get that little bit of screw up off of there. Oh, wow. And the other thing I don't like is this white area here. So I have to sadly get rid of that too now. Just watch your design. Watch where everything's going. So we're going to go this way. You can leave a little bit of it on there. I just didn't like all of that. This is just really, really pretty. Okay. Alrighty. So that should be good. Voila. You got some nice areas of cells, and then you have some just nice curvy composition in it. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Let me give you a close-up. So I do this with the lights off so that you can see the interferences. It's not that you need the lights off to see them. It's just they show up better when the paint is wet. Once it is dry, then you will really, really, really see them. Especially with the sun. So there's gold in there. Now, I went a little heavy on the colors, so you're not seeing a lot of the greens and stuff. See a little bit there, but overall, I think it's going to be a really pretty table. We shall see. So anyway, my friends, I want to thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this, and all the links that you need are below. I have a Facebook group called United We Pour with Tammy and Lisa. Please go on over and check it out. The link is in the description. A lot of great people in there sharing their artwork, getting help from each other. It's just a really fun place. This is a much better view this way. And yeah, so I guess that's it. I hope you guys all have a great, great day and happy pouring.